Hey everyone, Skylinks here, bringing you another video review. Today we're going to be doing Joss Whedon's Fray. I'm going to give you guys a warning right now. First of all, there's two things. One is you do not need to be a Buffy fan to like this comic. Everything that's, it is in the Buffy universe, but you don't need to see the show or read any of the comics to like this comic. So, if you're a non-Buffy fan and you find this comic, pick it up. If you're a Buffy fan, pick it up. Amazing comic. Second of all, is I will be throwing spoilers down, so if you do not want to hear the ending, or if you do not want to hear certain details in the story and ruin it for yourself, I suggest you turn off this review now and go watch one of my other reviews, because, yeah. But pick it up. Anyway, with that said, Fray. Fray is set in the future, and it is official in the Buffy universe. It does happen in the timeline. It's written by Joss Whedon, and he put his stamp of approval on there. It does happen. Especially seeing that the main character, Fray, does cross over into Buffy, Season 8. And I hope I said her first name right, because I'm horrible at pronunciation. Fray. I hope you guys can see the covers and stuff like that. My Spike season, my Spike after the fall, none of the stuff came out right, so hopefully things work out in this review. Okay. First thing you have to know is this is hundreds of years in the future. Hundreds of years. The age of magic is gone. All that's left is vampires, and they're called lurkers, and no one knows they're vampires. They just think they're drugged up people that like blood. So no one pays attention to them. The age of magic was, all the demons were sealed away in an alternate dimension by the last Slayer. We don't know what happened to that Slayer. We don't know who that Slayer is. It was in the 21st century, and it could have possibly... we don't know if it's Buffy or not, but chances are it probably is, seeing that it kind of ties in with what's happening in Season 8. There's only one Slayer now, and her name is Fray. I'm going to call her Fray for sure, because again, I have horrible pronunciation. There's a picture over there with the Slayer sign. She is a runner, or more appropriate, she steals stuff for people, for money, and she's good at what she does. She has several siblings. The two most important is her twin brother and her older sister, which is a police officer, or the law. She finally gets a meeting from her Watcher, but the Watcher sets himself on fire because the Watchers have gone crazy, and he sets himself on fire and he kills himself. She then gets a visit by this demon, and the demon unofficially becomes her new Watcher. Unofficially becomes her unofficial new Watcher. A lot of unofficial. Of course, throughout the book, she's just basically trying to figure out who she is and, become the Slayer that she is. And it's really just a book about maturing. The character is fascinating in the fact that you'll fall in love with the character instantly. She has a lot more attitude than Buffy, but she doesn't take it over the edge like Faith does. Kind of a cross between the two. She's not the most beautiful woman either. Joss Whedon stated that he didn't want to make her have huge boobs, ridiculous costumes that's revealing every piece of her body, and then ass sticking out. No, he wanted to make a simple, normal-looking girl. There's a picture of her. Let me see if I get another picture. She has a scar on her face. She wears crappy clothes. Though she does wear Converse. What else? She's just a normal girl. She doesn't have huge boobs. She's just normal. There we go. But you will fall in love with the character. Hopefully you guys can see that. You will fall in love with the character, without a doubt. And she grows very much during this 8-chapter paperback. Now, here's one of the things that I'm going to spoil for you. Her twin brother was killed by a vampire. She only has half of her Slayer powers. The other half was given to her brother, which is kind of unique because there's never been a male Slayer. However, she got the physical aspect, speed, the strength, the healing, while he got all the psychic links, the memory, the dreams. That comes into play later. Another spoiler I will not tell. Overall, the book is just fantastic. The main premise of the book is, other than her becoming the Slayer she is, and maturing and just changing as a character, the main thread is the big bad, who I will not reveal, which I didn't see coming, but I probably should have, is trying to reopen the age of magic, and by sending the demons back in. Again, this is a fantastic, fantastic paperback. The art is phenomenal. Let me see if I can get some good art pictures in there. Yeah, that's a great picture of Mikhail Fray. There we go. Hope you guys can see that. The action is just phenomenal. The dialogue is great and witty. Of course, Joss Whedon wrote it. All hail Joss Whedon. He's the man. He is God. If I could vote anyone to be God, if God ever fell out of place, it would be Joss Whedon. He would make our lives interesting, would he not? But yes, it's just a fantastic novel. So, great dialogue, great action, fantastic story, and fantastic art. Is there anything wrong? I have no complaints. The only complaint I really could have, the only really small-minded complaint, is though the art is amazingly good, Fray's hair seems to fluctuate from being fairly short around here to long. But besides that, just overall, this is a great novel. You should pick it up, definitely. Again, you do not need to be an official Buffy fan to enjoy this. You can just pick it up, and everything you need to know about a Slayer and a vampire is in here. I can't recommend this more. I really can't. This is an amazing graphic novel. Again, amazing graphic novel. If I had to compare it to anything, it's kind of like Legacy in that it's from Star Wars. In that it takes place in the future. So, and she does show up in Season 8. So, if you're a Buffy fan and you're reading Season 8 and you haven't read this, I suggest you read it. If not for the amazing story, then also for the fact that, she's in there, you're going to need to know stuff. It's $19 on the shelf. Unfortunately, I haven't found it anywhere on the shelf. It is incredibly hard to find because it's very sought after. I went to 2 comic book stores. One of them I asked him, do you have Fray? He said no. All our copies have been sold out every time. Every day we bring them in. So buy them online. You can buy it for about $10. But I highly recommend this. I cannot recommend this more. It is an excellent example of Joss Whedon taking something from his Buffyverse and making it stand alone on its own. Because it has no help from Buffy at all. None. None of the characters show up. There may be a small reference here and there, but really, it stands on its own. It is its own comic book. And I really hope that they even do a live-action movie, live-action TV show, or continue doing Fray comics because they are really good. And I really want to see what they do with the character in Season 8. Hopefully it'll bring a fresh air to her. With that said, I'm going to end the review here. I hope I didn't go over time. I highly suggest this. Again, I told you I cannot suggest this more. Yes. I'm done. This is Skyline, so I'm going to say peace out for now.